relationships, revenue.
Let's go.
It's just around the corner. Let's go. Let's go.
How y'all doing?
If you in the gym,
Let's go.
win anyway. If you in your car, win anyway. If you at home, win anyway. Let's go. God is
graduating my faith to
God
is graduating my faith to
God
is graduating my faith to trust.
Trust you, Lord.
Trust you,
Trust you, Lord. Trust you, Lord. Trust you, Lord. Trust you, Lord. I 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 trust you, Lord.
I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I have no other choice but to trust you, God. I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I have no other choice but to trust you, God.
You fought too
I have
hard.
no other choice. I have no other
You
choice.
made it this
I have no
hard.
other choice but to trust you, God.
You can't give
I
up
have no other choice.
now.
I have no other choice.
You can't give
I
up
have no other choice but
now.
to trust you, God.
Come on, come on. Listen, you can make it. You can do this. You are on the right side. I'll
I have
trust you,
no other choice.
Lord. I'll
I have
trust
no
you,
other
Lord.
choice.
I'll
I have
trust
no
you,
other
Lord.
choice but to
I'll
trust you, God. I have no other choice. I have no other choice. I have no other choice but to trust you, God.
Yeah.
All right. Now, I'm trying to add Google to my Facebook Live, but I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to introduce her and she's going to talk. And while she's talking, she's going to just give you guys what I paid her to give you. And while she is doing that, I'm going to figure out how to add her. All right. Y'all make some noise for my friend Goo. Y'all know her. I don't even need to introduce her. Just come on. She's How
Hi,
are you?
I am well, my friend.
How are you?
I'm great. I think that we did it right because when you went live
Uh-huh.
and you added me, I mean, and I saw my name, I went to your page and then I shared it to my page.
Okay, good. That's
We did
what
it. Yeah. I
All
think we did it. So first
Okay.
of all, can we just get started?
Yes.
Oh,
Let's
okay,
go.
So first of all, thank you for having me. You know,
Oh.
we chit chat and we kiki and we laugh and
Yes.
you know, we do our little thing. But when you called me for more than a kiki, I was like, okay, you know. So I'm honored to be here. You're so accomplished and so, you know, good at what you do. You know, sometimes people in fashion, we just think that y'all think we cute and that's it.
Yeah,
So thank you for allowing me this opportunity to interview you.
of course. But you are intelligent. Like you
Well, thank
are
you.
a brainiac. You are a genius in your
Thank
own
you.
right. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay, so my first question that I have for you is actually two questions.
Okay.
And when did you come up with the title Win Anyway? And what can we expect from Win Anyway? Should I have separated those?
Good. No.
Okay, we good. All right, let's go.
I came up with it after I got invited to Job Corps. I had never been there. It was in Pennsylvania, and I was expecting like, you know, a chat with, you know, a few hundred folks, and there were 1,000 people listening to every word that I said.
Wow.
And I've accomplished a lot in my life. I've had the hope and the dream of writing several books, but no book spoke to that population. They were too churchy. The books were too churchy. They were too they were churchish. They were not for the audience that God is calling me to.
Can I pause really quickly?
Yeah.
So some people may not know what Job Corps is. Job Corps is almost like that continuation school situation that you go to when, for whatever reason, high school wasn't working out for you, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so these aren't just, sometimes it's young people with a few more challenges than your average high schooler. Okay.
Exactly. And so that was the audience that I was pulled to, and I wanted a title to jump out at them from the gate.
Yeah.
And when I prayed, the title "Win Anyway" just came to me. Like, that is my life. I've won anyway.
Yes.
Never been the guy that got the top degree or got the top offer the way other people had it. But even in the hallway, I've won.
Yeah.
Even with all of my issues, I've won. And so that's how I came up with the title.
Okay, so I had a question that was way down the list, but I'm gonna go to that question now. Have you said even when I was in the hallway, have you always like had a built-in, I would say our personalities are a little similar.
Yeah.
Have you always had a built-in win anyway attitude? And so hold that while I answer while I give my answer, even though you didn't ask me. I didn't know that I don't know if I had a win anyway attitude, but I don't have to take that. I don't have to settle for that. No, you're not going to deal with me like that. So I've had that sort of attitude, that thing that it would always be something that would rise up in me and say, no, heck no. We not. And so I don't know if that was win anyway, or I can recall just being a kid, like, hey, you're not being fair. You get what I'm saying? Some people don't have that thing, that courage to do that. But I would say, looking back now that you say that, that might be a win anyway essence.
Yeah.
So have you always had that win anyway thing about you? Because you said the halls, and that means high school.
Yeah. I have not had that naturally. I'm a pessimist naturally. I am like, if my mom doesn't call me when she gets home, I'm thinking she's on the side of the road dead. Like, that's my first.
Come on.
with everything. So I naturally like go to the worst possible answer. But faith has taught me that God did not die on Golgotha's hill for me to settle for less than the best. I did not be born into a family of entrepreneurs and business owners for me to just be regular.
Yeah.
So you have to command your day. Yes. You have to get around people that can usher you to the front when you don't feel you're worthy of that.
Yeah.
And that has been all I have been. Like, I don't feel worthy to be a leader. I don't feel worthy to be in the front. I don't feel worthy to be an author. But God keeps pushing me. And I think that push is a part of God's conspiracy with mankind. Like, I feel like there are some people that are born a leader, and people like David who are just chilling, and I'm cool with taking care of the lambs.
The sheep, yeah.
If you don't come to me, I'm just gonna chill right here.
Kill a lion every now and then, you know.
I mean,
yeah.
You know? But God and life has taught me that you have to do it afraid.
Oh man. Oh, so you would say when anyway came later.
Yeah.
Came later.
It came later.
What is the most important thing that you want us to take away after reading Win Anyway?
The most important thing that I want you to take away is life gives us all a deck of cards. We are all dealt a bad deck or a good deck, but we're dealt them, and you have to win at that game anyway.
Oh.
You might not win at every hand, not get off that table. Now, I'm a spades player. Anybody that knows that I don't like to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the thing. When I don't like to lose, it's not always about me. It's about your partner.
Mm.
So me and my brother, we play together because he's reliable.
Mm.
I know him. If he's going to lead, I know that he's taking care of everything. I don't care what is in his hand. And this is the churchy part. Your partner is God.
Mm-hmm.
So he's reliable. You are going to win. You just have to play the game. You have to get on with life and don't be sad or uh, don't be laden with excuses.
Yeah.
Just play.
Display.
Just
I
play.
want to go back to when you said you spoke at
Job.
the Job Corps. What about those or that speaking engagement? Because you've spoken a lot of places,
Mhm.
and so what about that speaking engagement in particular made you say when anyway? Was it those people and their stories, or you? Okay.
Stories, backgrounds. There was trial. Um, there were people that were there with criminal records. There were people that didn't speak English the way we speak English.
Mm-hmm.
There were people that looked like me and you trying to gain whatever they had to gain so that they can go out and win. And that inspired me.
Yeah, so I was going to say you felt impactful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
Like-
definitely inspired me more than I inspired them.
That's what I was wondering if like because I remember when we first spoke about it, you said something like they were glued.
Yeah.
And so it's almost like if they can, with their backgrounds and the things they've gone through, can get this from me, can get inspired
Yep.
regardless of what their circumstances are, then just winning isn't an option.
Winning isn't an option.
Yeah, and that title it's not a request, it's a command.
Yes.
It's telling us
Yes.
just go in.
Yes.
Just go in.
Just go in.
All right. So I like what you said. Oh, this is such a good question. Should I say that question? I'm gonna do this question. Name a way that you stepped out of your comfort zone. I know chapter 8 says step out of your comfort zone. Name a way that you stepped out of your comfort zone.
Oh my God, this is perfect. No one has ever asked me this.
Good.
You have asked me, you've asked me 3 things that no one's ever asked me. But when I was in high school, I developed a gift or a need or a desire to go out of state, to go out of the country. And I didn't go out of the country in high school, but I did go out of the country in college. And I went to Spain for a month. Now, those of you who travel, that is, cool to you. But no one in my family had a passport.
Oh, wow.
No one in my family went to college. And no one in my family spoke Spanish. But I was like, I have to do this because I feel there's something out there that I need to gain. And so that trip has caused me to go to London, to go to India, to go to Germany, to go to Spain, to go to Australia, to go to Antigua, to go to Dominican Republic, to go to Turks and Caicos, to go to Trinidad and Tobago, to go to Canada.
Wow.
I
Floodgates.
I just left Morocco. I just left Amsterdam. I just left Greece. Last year, I went to Israel. And so a Black boy from, the projects, I was exposed. And that exposure helped me. When you are learning a language, they tell you can learn it by book. But the best way to learn it is to be immersed in the culture,
Mm.
not just about you saying it,
Yeah.
about you experiencing it. And I
Mm-hmm.
feel like anybody that needs to be exposed to the culture.
Yeah.
I know you know that because as a designer,
Yeah.
you need to feel your
Yeah.
designs.
Yeah, I'm even thinking as you're talking, sometimes if a person is speaking a whole nother language, their gestures, their inflections,
Yep.
their mannerisms is telling the story as
Tell
well as the words are as yeah, like it's kind of equal. So I don't know what you're saying, but I know what this means.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know what
Yep.
this means. You get what I'm saying? So it's like I never heard it said like that. I'm supposed to go to Colombia later this year. And
Wow.
I'm like, yeah. And I mean, you know, we go to Mexico and LA is kind of like Mexico. So I know they both speak Spanish. It's totally different. It's a different type of Spanish
Totally
and
different.
it's just a different culture. But totally looking forward to it. So now when I go there, with them
Yeah.
not being like an English speaking nation, I'm gonna look at it differently now. You know?
And you can learn so much if you are a student.
Yes.
You know, when you travel to other countries that don't speak your language,
Mm-hmm.
you become a child again.
Yes.
And I think that posture is the level of exposure that we all need to have.
That posture.
Mhm.
It is so American of us to expect for people to know our language and understand our culture.
Of
So
course.
I have trained myself to go there and tell them
Yep.
their culture is the superior culture and
Yeah.
I must submit. And when I go there, saying that may sound one way, but I'm pretty much saying what you're saying you did.
Yep.
When you go there, you get so much. And when you have that attitude, those people feel it. And they are so welcoming and so warm because you're not coming there as a know-it-all, but you're coming there as a student saying, I'm here because I appreciate your country and your culture. Teach me. And people will just, oh man, they will just pour it on you. The love, the information, just everything. They'll go over and beyond to make sure you go home and you know what Amsterdam is about, you know.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so my next question. I like what you said in your write-up. You said the more people you know, the more people know you. The more followers you gain, the more comments through which you have to wade. And it just speaks to popularity. And I say that when people say this thing like, I want to be famous, I'll be like, why? And this may sound a certain type of way, but it's the truth. Because you're insecure.
Yeah.
Why do you want to be famous? You can't take the hater at your job. You work with 300 people. You have one hater. And you're so fixated on that one hater at your job. How do you think that hearing opinions, and that person may not even be a hater, they just don't like you. People don't have to like you. That'll make them I can possibly do things that people wouldn't like. Can you believe that? That doesn't mean they hate me. That doesn't mean I might talk too much, whatever. So I say, so when you get all these people following you, is the assumption that they all like you? Do you think people like you? Do you see how people treat people? Jamie Foxx said one comment and then it went, you get what I'm saying? He didn't even say anything that was harmful. So do you see how people treat people, how they jump the fence? One rapper is popular. The next time a year later, you saying that person is trash. I'm like, they're not trash. Somebody else just came along. So what I'm saying is, are you ready for all of those opinions, for all of that? Like, speak to that. I don't want to feed the witness.
I mean, no, you are that perfect example. You are so popular. You are connected to popular people, and your posts can be news. You know, like that is a responsibility. That is what I want people to take on. If you are popular, it just means you have more responsibility. And sometimes God or the creator of the universe or whatever you think is up there is conspiring because God will not let you get what you can't handle.
Yes.
And so, I think that people are not even desiring popularity as much as they are comparing their self to somebody else.
Ah, yeah.
And so if we did not have the comparison trap, and we were just focused on what we did, and what we were accomplishing, but everybody is looking at someone else and saying,
Yeah.
they have this. And that's,
So now my little old whatever doesn't matter. Yeah. I use an example all the time. I'm like, Shaun, if the love of my life proposes to me today and he gives me this ring, I'm gonna be like, Shaun, look, we're getting married. Kim, everybody, look, I'm getting married, right? And then next week Kim gets married, and then Kim's ring is bigger than mine. And so now I'm like, oh, but wait a minute. The prize was the love of your life said, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. So why did it now become about a ring size? Why have we reduced this whole moment to a ring size? But it's like, it's just kind of looking over into your, someone else's yard and thinking that the grass is greener,
Yes.
over there. And it's that comparison thing that will rob us every time. Someone is thinner, someone is richer, someone is more successful, someone speaks more eloquently. So like someone has more accomplishments. Just do your thing and just be grateful.
Just do your thing.
Your thing.
I think that was what I was trying to say with every single chapter. Just do your thing. Kill it the way you can kill it.
Yes.
Because God is not looking for you to kill it the way your sister's killing it.
Absolutely.
God is investing all of this detail in making you unique.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cheapen it by being someone else.
Yes. Yeah. And miss all of those learning experiences, moments when you can inspire or be inspired or whatever. Because my sisters sing. We're from a singing family. Let's sing. No, that's their thing.
Yeah.
And then too, I didn't want it anyway because I don't like that pressure. I don't like people. I think that's why I don't really like.
But you can't sing, But you can't sing though.
I don't want to be a singer though. I don't think that's my calling. So no, but it's like you'll miss the whole thing if you try to follow someone else's path or whatever. And I'm willing to do whatever God tells me to do, but I'm not going to go out of my way to do what somebody else did because they're famous like that. Because fame for me is not the goal at all. And I don't like the feeling of people liking me for something other than I'm funny or I'm cool or they think I'm nice. Like that feels extremely gross. Honestly, you learn how to say, oh, thank you, but it feels extremely uncomfortable when somebody is so in love with you. And it was just like, okay, you're so in love with me. You're so nice to me. And you did not speak to 10 people coming in. So there's no way I can accept all this love you're giving me as real love. And you know what I'm saying? So that is just, and I'm a people person. I make friends everywhere I go. When I used to travel with Eric and Tina, they would say, when we get off the plane, they would say, who your best friend on this flight? Yeah. About 3 days after 9/11, I got on a flight with a Middle Eastern man that did not speak English, and he had on his whole Middle Eastern garb.
Wow.
I knew his name. I knew his wife's name. I knew his children's name. He didn't speak English. I knew his children's name. I knew where he was from. We talked the whole plane ride, and he did not speak English.
Wow.
I'm gonna make a friend. If it's a human being, I'm gonna be their friend. So I'm all for that. But that fame thing is it's just a perversion of something that I really love and adore. So to see that, it just kind of hurts. Like, dang, man, you missing out. You only care about Mary. You know what I'm saying? Like you missing out because I'm a good friend, man. So I don't like fame. And then I just don't like all y'all opinions. That opinions thing. I don't know if y'all ready. All right.
You are preaching.
Let me go to that.
It's the glasses for me.
Oh, so the thing is this. I look a little ugly. All right. So
you cannot look ugly.
And
you
I said,
cannot look ugly.
If I put glasses on, a little bit of the ugly will be concealed. So when you got on and said you're not dressed, I was like, yes, we can be ugly together. You're not ugly at all. I'm just saying, you're not getting dressed up. I was like, I just I'm not dressed. And it's so funny, even though I do what I do not like putting on makeup all the time. Most days, I probably wear it a couple times a month. I don't really. So thank you for letting me be free. And thank you for making me feel like, or, that my glass is made up for the lack thereof. All right. Someone, you had a quote that says, someone wants what you have to offer. what are some of the responses that you get from people who feel like their offer is what they have to offer is insignificant?
What? So say it again. That is
You said what people want, someone wants what you have to offer. So what about those people that say, well, I just clean the bathrooms, or you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a crosswalk lady. I'm not a orator. You get what I'm saying? Or I'm not a doctor. I'm not what about people that think that what they have to offer is insignificant? What is the win anyway message that you give to them? You know what I mean?
Every excuse can be turned into an engine.
Yes.
Everybody is talented and everybody is unique.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find your thing and maximize on your level.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that about me.
Mm-hmm.
That someone needs a writer. There are several writers.
Yes.
Someone needs another book.
Yeah.
There are several books. No one needs another teacher. There are several teachers.
Right.
I'm going to turn every excuse into an engine.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to do that with yourself. Like, that is why I put the affirmations after every single chapter. Mm-hmm. Because everyone I don't have a problem talking to God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem talking to my friends. Mm-hmm. When I look in the mirror, I needed something so that I could talk to myself. I needed to speak well of myself. Mm-hmm. Because when I looked in the mirror, especially if you're a Pentecostal, I'm looking at old things passed away.
Yeah.
Things become new, but I'm not good enough. Mm-hmm. My righteousness is as filthy rags.
Yes.
And the good book is filled with affirmations, but we don't see that. Mm-hmm. I know that the power of life and death lies in your tongue. When I was recovering from my stroke last year, I was like talking to my friends, and I would be joking. Oh, the stroke is still stroking. When I would forget something, the stroke is still stroking. The stroke is still stroking. And I realized, like, one day I am speaking life to the thing that I don't want to happen.
Right.
Even though it's a joke, I still give the stroke power.
Yep. Many truths are stated in a jest.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had to change that up.
Yep.
If you see yourself as valuable, then everybody will see you as valuable.
Mm-hmm.
If you see yourself as invaluable, then everybody will see you as invaluable.
So I spoke at church a couple of weeks ago, and so I didn't get a title of the sermon because you know me, I'm Google. So sometimes the Lord gives me things that are very different from what other people are used to hearing. So the title was Just Shut Up, right? So I use the example of, of course, the power of life and death are in our tongue, but between life and death, it's a whole lot that happens there. And so we're doing a whole lot of a whole lot of talking. We're allowing the world to teach us, manifest this, manifest that. First of all, y'all manifesting and conjuring up a whole lot of stuff that ain't in the will of God. So y'all do that witchcraft, all right? So I'm going to manifest according to the word of God. What he says I'm going to manifest that. And I'm also going to manifest those things, those requirements that God has of me. See, we can manifest healing and a whole lot of other stuff. We never want to manifest deliverance. We never want to manifest, present your body a living sacrifice, holy to God, abstaining, forgiving, not sowing discord, taking down, studying to studying to make peace with all men. We don't manifest those things. We manifest in houses and wives and husbands and things like that. So in the sermon,
teach, preacher, teach. Come on.
What's Jesus? Why is it? Zechariah got a message from the angel Gabriel shortly before Mary got one, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Zechariah is, at the time that he got the message, I don't want to assume or say something in the Bible that isn't, but he was going to present a offering at the temple, which is a high honor. Something that once I studied it was the equivalent of if you're Kojic and you're going to the Kojic convention and you're speaking on the official day. So if you're going to do that, it's safe to say you're preparing, you prayed and you fasted and you're in a consecrative state, right? So when the angel came and spoke to him, he had been saying, we want to have a child. We want to have a child. They have been wanting to have children. Very faithful, upright man, very respected. And so was his wife, Elizabeth. And so at the time that you were in a consecrated state, when you should have been expecting to hear from God, when the angel of the Lord came to you and said, hey, I'm going to give you a child, you was like, are you sure? Hey, this is what you should have been expecting. You were in a consecrated state. This is the angel of the Lord talking to you. And you said, are you sure? So one of the greatest gifts God could have ever given him was to shut him up. If I don't shut Goo Goo up, she's going to keep talking and she's going to forfeit everything. Jesus's favorite preacher wouldn't have been born if Zechariah had kept talking.
All right. Y'all.
Now. But bro, sometimes we think that those seasons are punishments. 2019 was that year for me. I probably made about $30,000 in 2019. Okay. My car was repoed. I sat in the dark. 2019. That wasn't that long ago, right? That was after the Mary show, Google, the stylist, that. And so I was like, it was so many cancellations, so much stuff. So that was my shut up year. It was one of the best things God could have done for me because I shut up. And I paid attention and I just I did what we was raised to do. You gotta put it in action at some point. I went into fasting and praying. But the part that I want to get to is he should have been expecting a word. And you definitely should have been expecting to say, hey, I'm gonna give you that baby you've been asking for, because that's what you've been asking for. But no, man of God, preacher, upstanding preacher at the convocation before all the people said, huh, you sure? All right. 6 months later, Mary is 16. Mary's a little girl.
Wow.
And the angel of the Lord came to Mary and said, hey, you're going to have a baby. That's embarrassing. I mean, you're going to have a baby and you're going to get pregnant. And so you have to walk around and you have to be embarrassed. So you have to have these experiences and you have to whatever. And so she just said, okay, be it as you say. So this little girl who was a little girl, she ain't no preacher. She wasn't even the Bible didn't explain that or describe or explain that anything that could have said that maybe she was fasting and praying and waiting to receive. She was just a little girl. And she said, be it unto me as you have said. What Zacharias prayed for, he was praying for, he got a word of something he wanted and he doubted God. And God said, shut him up. But Mary, a 6-year-old little girl, said, it's embarrassing. I don't know how I'm explaining this to Joseph, but God, if you said it, it unto me as you said. And I'm just like, that's why when they say faith and coming to God as a little child, it's just like she just immediately said, that is really embarrassing. Well, okay, God, if you said it, I'm gonna have to do it. You get what I'm saying? And I just saw how just those two different stories, that should have went a whole other way. Mary should have been the one that said, are you sure? And are you actually an angel? You get what I'm saying? But I'm just like, but God shut Zechariah up for his own benefit. And if he had kept talking, God in heaven knows the power of our words. God knows the power of our words, and we don't. We will not use our words. So I said, the song said, if I couldn't say a word, I would wave my hand. If I couldn't say a word, I would just shut up. If I couldn't say the right thing, if I can't say thank you, God, I'm not going to complain, AKA praise the devil for what he's doing. I'm going to shut my mouth and just sit here. I'm going to put tape across my mouth and shut up until I can find a thank you, until I can say, God, I know you're still with me and I appreciate you regardless. I know you're still with me and I thank you anyway. I thank you for the good that this is going to turn into. But I am not going to sit here and say, see, this is horrible. I knew it was going to be like this. But I think shutting up is what we need to do. If we can't say the right thing, shut up. If you can't say the right word, don't wave your hand. Shut up until you can speak God's word over your situation. And I didn't mean to preach a sermon on this.
No. Okay. This was what you had to do. I think this was what you had to do. Somebody is in They're 2019 right now.
Yes. And it does not make sense, Shaun. It's like people just gonna lie. Y'all, people lie on you from scratch. It's certain things you could say about me, and you might say, because I'm a little saucy, and they may say, Google cussed me out. You might, I never heard Google cuss, but I might believe that. But to say I went in your mama's purse and stole her $20 bill, I ain't never did nothing nowhere near close to that. People will make up a lie about you from scratch. No part of it is true. None of it is true. You did
are
this
blessing me.
ground up. And you just have to, okay, God, whatever your will, Mary, be it unto me as you have said. So that 2019 year, so many things, the level of betrayal. And I'm like, God, I knew betrayal was a part of it, but I almost thought that it would be that betrayal like the way I betrayed people, because we ain't all good. Sometimes you tell me a secret and I go tell Kim your secret. Yeah. That's betrayal. I didn't know that you would say, Goo, let's write a book together, and I give you my whole book and you go sell it, and I'm going, and I'm living on 5th Street and can't pay. I didn't know that that's what the type of betrayal I was going to encounter. I didn't know that. I didn't know that people would come to your house and take pictures of the fact that your lights was off and share that. I didn't know that level of betrayal even existed. So that 2019 year, every time, so I started saying, all right, it made me think of Daniel's son, wax on, wax off. I was like, okay, God, what's the lesson in this? Then I get majorly disrespected. Okay, God, what's the lesson in this? But it was just lesson after lesson. This ain't my interview, it's yours. You talk about 2019.
This is a conversation. And I am being blessed. I am being blessed. I am being blessed. Yeah, this is a conversation. Because, I know we got to talk about the book. This entrepreneur life is hard. I just
want to sell a little
so
drug.
Many people want to leave their 9 to 5 because they want the flexibility. That is what the lie is.
Yes.
I work when I'm tired. I work when I sleep.
You have to answer the phone.
I have to. And this is the thing.
You can't say it's 501. I'm not answering it.
Listen, and when you are an entrepreneur and people pay late or people pay at all, you make so much money one month and be struggling the next month.
Fully poor. Fully poor. That 2019, I said, God, I paid my assistant more than this. I mean, $30,000, you can't live off of that in California. No. I paid my assistant more than that 3 years prior. Still had a place to stay though. But though, like you said, that 2019, I'm sorry, I don't switch the subjects, but that 2019 thing, that year, that shut up season, learn everything you're supposed to learn. Because once you get it, see, you writing this book called Win Anyway. You have to know that you are going to be attacked on every possible win front. You had the let's talk about what you went through with the sickness and all that kind of stuff. Because some people, when you told me that, I was like, that many things couldn't have happened. So that sounded like that was your shut up year.
Oh yeah.
Let's do a list for those that don't know.
Yeah. I had a double hip replacement when I was 30. I had asthma as a child that could have taken me out.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 strokes back to back. One was 2020 and one was last year. My grandfather died 1 year. My stepfather died 1 year. And I was fired from my job that I worked hard for. It was a nice paying job. They hired a HR director. She lasted for 1 month. She got rid of me and she left the following week. And they didn't apologize to me.
Aww.
When you talk about shut up.
Woo! Yeah.
And those are the things that I can say online. Now, when we go offline, I could tell you a whole list.
I have to name names, yeah.
Because you cool like that.
Yeah.
But when I suffered from the last stroke, I had about 10 clients that I was writing for. 6 of those clients demanded. I was in ICU. They demanded refunds. I was fighting for my life.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And so I couldn't even tie my shoes for 6 months. I could not type for 6 months. I could not read a book.
Jesus.
Last year, December, I couldn't read a book. When I looked at the book, there were too many words and they were all over the place. God is a healer. Like, when you look at me, know that God is real.
Absolutely.
I'm telling y'all, God is real.
God, so I know that win anyway was, like I said, that was a part of that challenge. Like, you want to win anyway, huh? Did you have the title at that time?
Yes, because this book took 3 years to make. I thought that it was going to come out in 2020. So I was posting about it. I took pre-orders. I had 1 chapter left. That was okay because I could write a chapter in my sleep.
Yeah.
I had several hundred pre-orders in 2020 from this book. That was before the 2 strokes. So can you imagine all that back order?
Jesus.
All of these people saying, I paid for this. Where is the book?
Oh.
And you
Did they know what was going on with you?
Some of them knew, but some of them didn't know. Yeah.
When you start speaking things, it is so important to just know that God is with you, because when you start speaking things, who would think that someone your age, your health, you ain't no stressed person, or whatever causes strokes, you ain't overweight. And I'm just like, who would think that strokes would be your trial? Who would think that? Who would think that? Who would think that level of just people being inconsiderate, you know what I'm saying? And like, oh, you don't care if I live or die. You only want what you want from me.
And this is the thing. This is the thing. I'm so glad that we got back to here. So entrepreneurs win anyway. You don't have to go on Google's level right now. You don't have to go on Shaun.
Yeah.
I need you to win anyway. I don't have the budget that the pastors that I work for have. They can sell books and they have a team that when they go to the airport, their team is meeting them.
Yes.
I travel alone. But I'm winning anyway.
Yes.
And I'm shaking hands and I'm looking at people, and that $20, cool. If I traveled and you bless me, then I'll do it. So I don't want you to be convinced that I'm
sure they could say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No. I'm telling y'all. And then when you achieve one level, you have to start at 1 again.
Oh.
Everybody that's popular in your eyes, they have to start at 1 again if they're going to succeed.
Yes.
In another lane, in another venue, in another discipline. Like,
and 1 is right there with you. That's the point. Like, you feel like you at 1, okay, they got to go back to 1 as well. When Erica and Tina started traveling separately, I saw the industry treat them differently. Like, oh, we know Mary. You know who Tina is. You know what I'm saying? Right. I saw the Soul Seekers, who was made up of super producers.
Yes.
And they was just like, Okay, Nissan Stewart, Warren Campbell, Jubu Smith. Okay, Charlie Burrell. We know you guys as producers, but the Soul Seekers is a new band and a da da da. So what we're gonna do is get you these Coach tickets, and they probably don't even remember what Coach looks like. But again, they have to start at square one. I went on a tour with Erica because she did not have management. She didn't have it at the time. She didn't have an assistant. So she said, I got sisters though. And so I went on that road to her with her. And in 21 days, we went to 18 places. I was sick as a dog. Some of the places we drove 2 hours out looked like in the wilderness. They had a rotary phone. The lady that was in there had a jerry curl. They had posters on the wall, and they was radio stations. Erica, we was just at Hot 97 in New York. What in the world are we doing in Timbuktu? What in the world? But she went to I woke up at 4 a.m. I was like, why is my stomach growling? Because it's 3 p.m. I did not even realize it because we've been going. This is what Erica Campbell did after she was Mary.
Woo!
You have people coming out, and because they have 20,000 followers on Instagram, you say, I'm not going to wait in the line. I'm not going to do an interview for free. I'm not going to da-da-da. Like Erica Campbell, Grammy Award winning, blah, blah, blah. Mary, when she went as Erica Campbell, she hired her sister,
yes,
Goo Goo, to be everything that she wasn't. Production manager, roads manager, helper, stylist, everything. In 21 days, we went to 18 cities. That was unheard of. That's old school, like the Motown days and stuff.
Yes.
We went 18 cities in 21 days. And in each city, the days were so long that we didn't even it was dark outside. And I kept saying, oh, the sun still hasn't come up. No, the sun is now going down. And so I'm thinking, oh, it's still that weird 6 o'clock in the morning, almost dark situation. No. It's 6 o'clock again. It's PM. And so this is what Erica Campbell did. And I'm like, she did this after Mary.
Yes.
You can do it too. And some people were making little jokes and stuff about like she just blew up because she was Mary or because she's pretty or because she's Warren's wife or whatever. I said, no. I was there because I got sick as a dog because I was going to let my sister be out there by herself. We ripping and running. I got sick as a dog. My sister did the work. She went to a rotary phone radio station, several of them. We driving 2 hours outside of Philadelphia. You get what I'm like? It's just woods over here. This person have a jerry curl. What they gonna do for you? And again, she went to every single place that her advisor told her to go to. And then when she went got a Grammy, you thought she got it because she wear cute clothes. No, baby, she did the work. She started back at 0, right at 1 again after the success. That's a test of humility and hunger. Do you want
I want to say so much right now.
We're going to have a time when this interview is over.
I'm telling you. So I want to say this because every entrepreneur needs a team.
Yes.
Everyone needs that ride or die.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everyone needs that ride or die teammate that I'm here whether you can pay me or not. I'm here whether I eat or not.
Yeah.
I'm here and I'm telling you, like I know my name, that God is going to bless those who did not leave you. I'm telling you.
I'll give another testimony.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, if you are watching this and you are a team supporter of someone that has a dream, I'm telling you, God is going to bless because your motive is pure.
Oh, share this video, y'all.
Everybody can say that they started from 1.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can't say that they were there. Everybody can't say that they were there. And I applaud you. I reverence that. I know that God is going to blow you up bigger than you can imagine, Google, because you were there when it got hard.
I wouldn't even think about that. I was just thinking about my sister doing the work. But you know, the Bible says, "Don't get let us not be weary in well doing." So if you're doing and you're giving as unto the Lord, then you're gonna reap the Lord's reward. And so I did this event, this expo, and my biggest sponsor was a 25K sponsor. Everybody else was lower numbers, right? And a week before the event, the person just stopped. The 25K sponsor stopped responding. Oh, this is tricky. Okay, so, hey, remember the 25K? Because you said you sent it 3 weeks ago, so it's, it's not here, And so it's the day, a couple days before I'm driving to Vegas. I have to account for $18,000 when I get there. Mm-hmm. So I get to Vegas and I do the event, blah, blah, blah. And I had a win anyway in my spirit. God, I didn't ask you to do this event. I didn't need the money to do this event. I mean, I didn't really need the money. I didn't, whatever. I felt like I was at a place in my career, like, I'm cool. But it was something that was on my heart to do and God told me to do. But it wasn't a money-making thing. So I was like, if anything, I may go home with, a few $1,000s, but I'm like, I didn't have to do all this to get that.
I know that's right.
It's on Instagram,
Yes.
God told me to do it. So I was like, God, why did you tell me to do this? I just told you to give me the money, because working ain't no problem. I can work like a war horse.
Yes.
But I don't care about working, and my team can. We do the event. A person comes there who was a millionaire. The person said, this event is golden. You have someone on your team, my assistant, who she was my assistant for years. We parted ways because she went and did other things in business. She ended up moving back to California, and I call her as needed, right? So she's not technically working for me like that anymore, but she's there when I need her. She's not full time. That girl's so sharp. She is a killer. She is sharp. So the lady said, you had someone on your team that was I could just see something in her. And at some point, I just started watching her. She solved every problem. She didn't make a big fuss. Sometimes people solve problems after they let everybody know how big of hey, see everyone, you see this problem over here? This has a P on it. Hey, problem. Oh, you have a problem? Oh, I'll go fix it. Okay, so after they let everybody know how big of a problem it is, then they go and fix it. And so she never did that. She never required any of that. She just fixed it. She just jumped in. She just helped. She just did what she had to do. That millionaire said, I'm going to get you 6 figures in 3 months because I want you to know I'm serious. I'm like, serious about what? I want you to be my client and da-da-da-da. She said, but your assistant, that is a sharp cookie. She was like, that girl is bad. I know her. I met my assistant when she was 17. So she's always been honest, a good worker. Chris Brown, all them people, I don't know who they are, could walk past. She don't care. She ain't leaving set. She don't turn her head. She don't even notice them. Very cute, popping. And if it was another setting, they'd probably try to holler. On set, they're not alive to her. Only thing that matters is what we came there to do, style who we came there to style. So she got that. I never seen her in leadership, whatever. So with this $25,000 dropping out, we had to finagle and this, and she just became so resourceful. Problems and stuff. This was my first time doing an expo. I did Glam Suites before. She just became so resourceful. This lady is sitting here. She said at some point, I just said, I'm just finna watch her. I'm finna see this person bringing her something. She don't get flustered. This person don't have to bring it to her. She see a need over there, so she go over there to do that. She said, I'm going to teach her every single thing I know. She said, and I don't want her to work for you part-time. I want for her to work for you full-time. And because you need her full-time. And after I teach her everything I know, I want you to pay her 6 figures because you're going to be in a position to. She said, but everything that I have in me, I want to give to her because she's hungry and she wants it. You never know who's watching. The service that she did to me, because at one point she was my everything assistant, wasn't wardrobe, because remember 2019, remember I told you I was poor. So at one point she was that. So she has done more than invested. You get what I'm saying? Paid her dues. And here it is now. We kind of just working together casually. I call her when I need her, and that leadership kicked in. Everybody was kind of making comments about her. When I say she is the most quiet person you ever want to meet. So there's nothing about her personality that like me, I'm loud. Even though I may not be looking for credit, I'm still kind of loud. So you might notice me. She is quiet as a mouse, but she is working like a war horse back there. And that person said, I want to impart everything that over the years of college, over the years of being in business, I want to impart all of that into her, not at a master class, but for free. I want to give her that because I feel like it'll help you, and you are a gold mine, and I'm a businesswoman. So let's do this. But I'm gonna prove to you what I can do. So I'm gonna prove that, and then we're gonna move forward after that. So that was the win. That was why God had me do that event, because she would have never had an opportunity to shine for the lady to see it. You get what I'm saying? Like, she wouldn't have even saw my event and been like, oh my God, this is incredible. It was just a setup.
Listen,
it was just a setup for me to win.
I want to speak to someone who is viewing this. I want you to know that God is coming another way.
Yes.
I want you to know that your disappointment is real.
Yeah.
But God is bigger than whoever you thought would give you, whoever you thought would hand you, whoever thought would love you. God is coming another way. And he does not let you down. He replaces. That's what I was trying to say. He is not going to let you go down. He's going to replace. So this is what I want to say. God is coming another way. You cannot be prejudiced with your blessings. You cannot be biased with how he's going to come. What I wanted to say 20 minutes ago. When I developed my Worship in 66 book, and when I got the impetus to do Win Anyway, I was on 2 hospital beds fighting for my life. And I'm a consultant for large churches. But I was in that hospital room fighting for my life, and someone texted me, your job application or your title for your job is online. They didn't even wait for me to recover. They were already finding someone else. And that 9 to 5 person that works hard, comes early, stays late, you have to have balance, because if you get sick, your job is going to replace you. But I think that you're watching this right now because God has put something inside of you that the world needs to hear, the world needs to read, the world needs to see. And I think you have been splitting yourself in all of these manners, but the God thing that he put you in the earth to do, what are you doing about that?
Yeah.
What are you doing about that? I am so honored, I'm so delighted that I have a second chance, a third chance. But what if I would have died? What if I would have died with this incomplete? What if I would have died? And I think it's life or death for someone. Like, you are still here after all that you've gone through.
Yes.
After all that you've gone through. You look at Google, you look at me, but you don't know the half of what we have gone through. I'm telling you that there is a reason why someone forwarded you this interview, why you had to listen. And I think you need to start your business right now. You need to start, the website right now. You need to leap of faith. Do it afraid.
Shaun, the lepers, as they went, they were healed.
As they went.
Some people, you're not going to get the information. You're not going to get the answers. If I had saw that woman backing out of that $25,000, I wouldn't have done it. The Bible said, but I kept going. I did not cancel. I did not offer nobody excuses. I kept going at 100%. The Bible says, as they went, they were healed. They were not sitting there and got healed like God had done for so many others. Sometimes it is up for you to get up and go. Can you imagine that they were probably a little afraid too? They were outcasts. They were lepers. They were sick. They were, ugly. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible says as they went, when they stepped out and they started moving, they were healed. So as you step out, the provision may come later on as you step out. Not to mention, I have my event. Do you know people just raised the offering in my event? I ain't even asked. They just didn't even ask me. Went out there and raised the offering. I raised about $12,000 just on the fluke. You get what I'm saying? So don't tell me that God won't provide. And I'm waiting on another $7,500 that'll pay for everything that needs to be paid for. But again, as they went, they were healed. So y'all, please get up. Please get up and go do it scared. Please win anyway. God's plans for you are good. His plans for you are for you to prosper. So he has the best at hand for you and the best plans for you. You just have to get up and decide you're going to win anyway. I don't care. I'm going to get it wrong sometime. And guess what? After I get it wrong, I'm going to do it again and win anyway.
Woo! I'm like a church lady right now.
You be feeling stupid and embarrassed or whatever. God, thank you for showing me that. But whatever it is, you still with me. And I'm going to get back in there and I'm going to win anyway. So if you were embarrassed or you were hurt or you did it wrong, you didn't handle the money right, you didn't have to handle the people right, you didn't whatever the mistake, you don't have the education, you said something really bad, really wrong, whatever, get right on back in there and win anyway.
We have to stop.
Okay.
No, I'm telling you, you have to stop.
Yeah.
I want to thank you. I just messed up your whole 8 questions.
No, you didn't.
I am so honored that you stopped your busy schedule to just have a conversation with me.
For sure.
I really feel like there was an anointing on this conversation. I feel like God pulled us together to rescue someone, an entrepreneur, a 9-to-5 worker, someone that's sick in their body, someone that is talented, but they don't see what that talent is doing for them.
Yes.
I feel like there's someone watching this that needs to win anyway.
Yes.
And I want you to go to my website and bless someone else with it. I want you to bless someone else. There's going to be someone else that you are thinking about, and just bless them. Find out their address and just send it to them. So
go to your website, buy the book, and send it to somebody who could benefit from it.
Yes.
Boom, I'm getting 5.
Yes, I want you to bless somebody. When you see this, I want you to bless someone. I am thankful that you have done this, and I am thinking about when we will come back another time, or two. But I'm so excited about your future.
Thank you.
I want you to know, as your friend, that I apologize for not coming by your house when I was in LA.
Thank you. Because I was struggling with forgiveness. He don't even know. I cook for people. My house be clean. You could do whatever you want to do. If you want to hang out, you want to go to sleep, you want to eat. Like, just be there.
I should have been at your house.
Yes.
I should have been at your house, but I was sinning. And I'm telling you, forgive me.
LA will do that to people. You want to come in there and feel rebuked.
So next time I'm in LA, I promise to stay with you so that we can.
Yes.
Because this is This is going to be blessing. This is going to bless everybody. So, all right. I have to go. Google has to go. But
how do we get your book? Can you tell us again?
Okay. You can go to my website, ShaunSaunders.com, and it's there.
Okay.
I want to thank Goo for her wisdom tonight. I want to thank her for her transparency. I want to thank you guys for sharing. I want to thank you for rocking with me. Some of you have been on every single Monday night. This is a special interview, and I want you to share with everyone that you know. Just share it. It doesn't cost, just share it. And I know that it's going to bless someone's life the way it blessed mine. I want to pray for you. I want to pray for that person that's struggling to win anyway. And then I'll let you guys go. Father, you are Jehovah. You are our provider. You know afar off what we cannot see right now. So if this season hurts us, it's not over. If this season healed us, then we are getting better. If this season came to teach us, then you're the God of the valley, you're the God of the mountain, and you're the God of the hallway. I thank you for this session, and I thank you for everyone that tuned in. Bless them in ways that they cannot imagine. Bless them to be a blessing to someone else. We are going to win anyway. This is our service prayer in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next Monday. And I'm praying for you.